everyone, welcome to Love Talk, time to communicate with James and Helena.
We aim to show everyone the art of loving intelligently and confidently and how this can benefit relationships.
Applying intelligent and confident rather than emotional principles to our relationship is the core of the success of our 14 years marriage.
A relationship can be a bed of roses with the odd thorn in between. Helena and I have had to deal with a few thorns ourselves, and our experience and passion for helping people with their relationships is what drives us with this weekly program.
Today's topic, keeping the flame alive.
My mother and dad would go to parties on Fridays, and I was sitting there watching the old people dance. My mother and dad and that. And then a carload of boys came. I noticed him right away. And he sat across from me, quite a ways across. But we just stared at each other.
I was 15 and she was 12, which didn't make a whole lot of difference, because at that age, why, you're just infatuated. And that's what I was. I looked at that brown-eyed girl over there and said, I've got to get to know her.
And then at the end, he came over and wanted to know if he could walk me halfway home, because he had to ride home with the guys. And so I said, well, only if we walk in front of my mother and dad.
And so we held hands and walked in front of Mom and Dad, and I hurried back to catch my ride home. And then the next week, same thing, only that time I walked her all the way home, and I missed my ride home. And so I walked 8 miles back to the farm.
So that's how it started. Then every Friday night, that was the way it went.
My dad said, do you think that girl loves you as much as you love her? Because we lived 8 miles apart, and I would walk all the way that 8 miles to see her once a week. And so that was a 16-mile hike for me, so I never had to worry about getting overweight. But then one day I got sick, and I was really sick for several days, when my mother opened the stairway door and said, Jim, you've got company. And I couldn't begin to guess who was coming to see me. And in she walks. Well, that was Dad's answer. She loved me as much as I loved her. She walked out there all alone, 8 miles, to see that boy.
I think we were very much in love, don't you?
I thought to keep track of the amount of times that I tell her that I love her, or she tells me she loves me in one day. It's that way every day.
It's automatic. It's in the heart.
Oh, absolutely. I don't want her to forget it. Let's face it. It's a God thing is what it really is, because without even us holding hands or speaking love to each other, people just seem to look at us and say, you folks must be in love.
We do kiss a lot and hug a lot. Hold hands even, like now.
I do it all over again.
You got time? We can get remarried if you want.
Our topic today is keeping the flame alive. One of the most talked about issues about marriage is that once you tie the knot, it's all downhill from there. People complain it can't be fun having to see the same person every single day and night.
But what if we tell you that it is possible to not only keep the flame alive, but also to make it burn even brighter than ever before? We believe that with the right choices, that this can be a reality to look forward to.
And later in the program, we are going to share with you 5 important steps to keeping the flame of your relationship not only alive, but brighter than ever before.
Our guest couple today has been together for more than 14 years, and they are going on stronger than ever before. They will share with us their secret and what works for them.
But first, let's watch this short video and see what people think about this whole thing of keeping the flame alive.
Well, I've been married 56 years to the same lady, 56 years, and that's love. That's love. In sickness and in health. The health is not so good at the moment, but there you go. That's what love is. Yeah. So it starts off with a pretty face, and then it goes from there. And yeah, been great. Great. 55, 56 years. Got married in 58, but I took her out on her 17th birthday. So I've known her since she was 16, but her first date was when she was 17. So yeah, to me, that's love. And your grandchildren, children, love your children. That's all about it, isn't it?
Understanding, commitment.
Loyalty. Long years of loyalty.
Just being together, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. And having a family, children, grandchildren, and that loyalty that family brings together.
So that's what love is. We all make mistakes.
Yes, everybody makes mistakes. So as long as the man stays loyal to his wife or any relationship, that's the main thing.
No cup of tea in the morning, no cup of tea at night. That's number 2, right? There's no mistakes, is there? It's all fun. Barring the days be rare, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. You've got to keep talking to
You're
each
rare,
other,
don't you?
communication. Yeah.
The cooking's terrible, but that's a bad mistake, isn't it, really? No, it's not. It's lovely.
His cooking's getting better as we get older.
See, number 1. No, there's no mistakes. Just
What other people make, I suppose. Yeah, they don't stay loyal, I don't think.
No, you've got to be loyal.
You've got to see through the good times as well as the bad times.
Yeah.
It's a lot
Stick
of bad
together.
times,
It
but
works out well in the end.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't know what love is, but when one finds out, one will tell people and say, love is marvellous. We all make mistakes because we get it wrong. But the reality is that if you're loving and careful and you care about what other people think, you get a happy relationship.
We haven't a clue what it is, but we just know it's about looking after each other. It's about giving and making yourself vulnerable.
And it's about unconditional, supportive response to any situation. You always think, what can I do to make things better?
The luck of the draw, really. We are
And of
very
course-
blessed. We found each other, but you know.
We found each other 49 years. So
Yeah,
it's not quite worn off yet.
well, it hasn't at all.
Will that suit you?
How awesome was that, right? Really nice. And actually some couples said some really interesting things, that you have to go through the good times and through the bad times.
You know, I don't understand, and I feel sorry for people who say that marriage is the end of your fun times. It's not.
It's actually
it's
the best.
one of the most amazing things I've ever done in my whole life.
And what we want to do now is, I mean, we don't have all the secrets to make the flame stay alive, but there are some things we've done and we do all the time that help. So hopefully by sharing these things with you, we can help you as well. And the first thing that helps, that works for us, is that we schedule regular, whether it's date days or nights, and whether it's a movie night or ice cream night, which happens a lot. But those are really special for us, right?
Absolutely. Now they can tell why the kilos are piling up.
No, you're amazing. You're beautiful.
Anyway, but you can also get healthy snacks, you know. But yeah, this is something so simple and yet so nice, and something that I look forward to, because I very much prefer to stay in than to go out on a rainy day.
Yeah.
And all that.
And for example, it's nice when you make time for the other person. Everybody's busy, you have work, you have things you need to do, but just the fact that the person knows that you have this time separate and there's nothing that disturbs you, no phone, no calls, that's very special.
Another very important step is to show affection daily. Tell each other every day how you appreciate and how much you love each other. I think this is one of the main things. I mean, not the main thing, but it's so important that you show the person how you feel about them and all the good things they do for you. I mean, show appreciation.
And the thing is, when you start dating the person, you do that a lot. You're always hugging, you're always kissing. And then people get married and it's like they forget that they need to kiss the person, they need to tell them they love them. And that's not fair. Now remember, the most intense part of your relationship was probably the part you dated, right? And why was it that part? Because you were always calling the person, always sending them texts, right? Always saying, I miss you, I love you, I can't wait to be with you. That's why it was so intense. If you cut these things out, the flame's gonna go out. But if you keep hugging, you keep, and forget about chocolates and roses, that's neither here nor there. The important thing is that in the little things you do, that person feels appreciated. Absolutely. Now, we're gonna go into a short break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about the next 3 steps or important things you can do to keep the flame alive. We'll be right back. Welcome back. So we're just in the halfway through in the 5 important steps or 5 things you can do to keep the flame alive. Here's the third one. Be supportive when that person needs you the most. Now, this may seem very obvious, but the thing is, it's easy, for example, to love the person or to show that you love them when everything is going well, right? When you're happy. But the thing is, for example, when that person, if the person loses a job, they're going through a difficult time, there was a death in the family, the person's going through an illness, for example, that's when they need you the most. And when the person comes out of that difficult situation and they know that you stuck with them through that difficult moment, the love's going to get even stronger.
And maybe you ask, oh, but you know, what's the difference really? Does this really matter? Well, it does, so much so that, you know, when you show that, when you support the person, you see her reaction, see his reaction. You will see they will never forget what you've done. For example, there's many things that I'm not very confident about, or even my husband. But when he supports me, when he pushes me and he says, you're going to be okay, I feel so much more, you know, happier. And I'm not going to say I love him more, but it's like, oh yeah, he's so nice. You know, it reminds me of how blessed I am to have him. So
absolutely,
it's a good thing.
Number 4. It's very important that you prioritize intimacy. As the years go by, the sex life of the couple gets better. That's the truth. They understand each other better, they are more confident, and they have an intimate bond. This is part of the marriage, and it has to be prioritized and put at the forefront of other priorities. It's up to you to make this happen and make time for it. So a lot of people think like this, that when you get married, the sex life goes down because you're always with the same person. And this is absolutely wrong. It gets better because you know each other better, you're more confident, you're not ashamed or embarrassed about anything. It's better, right? But the thing is, the reason why a lot of people have problems in their sex life, their intimacy, is not even because they get bored. It's because they stop making time for that to happen. Yeah. They get too busy with things that sometimes don't really matter.
And they stop making an effort. Because, oh yeah, it's okay, he's already sleeping, so let me just put on something really massive and big, like a very baggy shirt or whatever, and you forget to make an effort. You know, this is very important. You forget to do your things, ladies, you know what I'm talking about. I'll let my husband talk to the men. But this is important. This is what it means to keep the flame going.
Absolutely. And it's important that both look after their appearance, right? The appearance, your health, hygiene, all these things, because otherwise it can be very off-putting. And number 5, the last one, praise your spouse no end. In other words, praise them. Most men even pretend that they don't like being praised. But the truth is that they love it.
Really?
Who doesn't, right? Who doesn't like to be praised? I mean, if you tell this person, look, you know, you're so beautiful, you look so nice with these clothes you put on, I noticed you did something different about your hair. When I notice that, how do you feel, Elena?
I feel very good, and I say thank you, and I say keep going. But when I say to him, he goes like this, oh please stop it, this is nothing. And I'm like, no, this is really nice, thank you.
And the truth is that we like it. We men, we say, come on, because we don't really know how to receive praise, but inside we like it.
So you should show it a bit more, maybe. Maybe the wife needs to hear it a bit more, because it's a sign that she's doing well. Otherwise, she's going to just give up and think, oh, what's the point?
Absolutely. So, of course, there may be other things that you can do to keep the flame alive, but these things are very important. And you notice all these things we mentioned, you don't need money to do them. They're not massive things. You don't need to pay for the person to go with you for a around-the-world trip. These are little things, day-to-day things. Things that perhaps you used to do when you first dated, when you first got married. And then perhaps you got into a routine and you forgot about them. And we usually joke, I joke with Elena that I have to stop telling her that I love her as often as I do, because I say that all the time, right?
Well, it's nice. You should never stop that. But you know, on that note that you just said about, you know, the simple things is what really matters. We speak to many couples. We speak to many couples who come to our seminar. And sometimes you hear this thing, oh, we need to do something new, spice up things, maybe we need to travel, like you said, or something. Sometimes the smallest things is what matters. If you can travel and everything, good for you. Do travel, buy whatever you can, whatever you want to buy, but start with the basics, because if you don't have the basics, then it's not going to last.
Absolutely. Now, we want you to meet today's guest couple here, Flavio and Sandro. They've been together for almost 15 years, just over 14 years. But let's see how well they know each other when they do today's quiz.
Hello and welcome to this week's quiz. And it's that time again where we test their knowledge about each other. I have with me today Sandro and Flavio, and we are about to find out how well they know each other. The rules are very simple, guys. I will ask you each 5 questions and you have 10 seconds to answer each correctly. Let's begin with Sandra. Sandra, are you ready for this?
Yes, I am.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. What's his worst memory? Question number 1, 10 seconds.
When he lost his dad.
No. Although it's a very sad one, that's not his answer and you're running out of time.
When he lost his dog.
No. Sorry, Sandra, I have to intervene here. His answer was, it's actually very serious, this one. He says that his worst memory is when he used to see his parents fight. They used to fight a lot, unfortunately. Right? Anyway, ready for number 2? Question number 2?
Yes.
Okay, you've got 10 seconds. What kind of music does he like?
He likes music from the 80s.
What else? It's not what he answered. What kind of music?
Classical?
Instrumental.
Instrumental.
I would say, yeah. Okay, I'll take this one as a correct one, okay?
Yes.
Question number 3. What's his worst thing to eat? Now, he said there's many, but this one you really can't take. So which one is it?
Can you say that again?
What's his worst thing to eat?
His greens?
No. 10 seconds, Sandra. Focus, girl. We only have 10 seconds.
Oh my.
You run out of time. It's onions. You should know this one.
I should have known that.
Question number 4. Okay. What item can he not live without?
Eye drops?
No. Think about when he leaves home. What is it?
His watch.
And
10
seconds?
His mobile phone.
That's correct.
Yes.
Just about, Sandra. I'm having a lot of mercy on you here today. Okay, with this one, you're going to have to be super, super quick. Question number 5. Name 3 things that you and your partner think have in common.
We are clean, we are organized, and we are intelligent.
3rd one is wrong.
It shouldn't.
I'm not saying you're not intelligent, Sandra, but there's something else that he said which is very...
We like to read.
No.
You
run out of time.
Okay.
Yes, you did. And the 3rd is you've got the same goals.
Yes.
That's why you got married. Flavio, are you ready for your questions?
Yes, I am.
Are you going to do better than your wife?
Of course I will.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Okay,
100% sure.
Oh, I like this confidence. Okay, very good. Question number 1. What kind of movies does she like to watch? 10 seconds. What kind? Not the movie, but what kind?
A life story.
That's correct. Well done. Ah, Sandra. I'm going to poke her now. Question number 2. What are you most likely to argue about? 10 seconds.
When I'm driving.
She mentioned that, but that's not the main one. Remember, you've got 10 seconds only.
Oh my days.
You know this one, trust me. You just ran out of time. What she answered was when she's talking about something and you change the topic, the subject. You just go into something else and you just cut it off. So that's what she said. Question number 3. What does she love the most about you? 10 seconds. You know this one, come on.
Oh my God.
You ran out of time.
I can't remember.
Seconds. She says you are the most ever organized and clean person.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so you see? Question number 4. Right, try to focus on this one. What was her most difficult time in life so far? 10 seconds.
I think when she lost her father.
No. It was hard for her, but that's not the answer. 10 seconds.
When she left her mother and came to UK.
That's correct. Yes, when she left, exactly. Question number 5. This one is easy, come on. Where did you go on your first date?
So at that time we were in Brazil.
10 seconds.
Oh my days, how could I forget that?
Yeah, you just ran out of time. Sorry, that's all we have time for, okay? And the winner is Flavio. Flavio, well done. I'm so surprised because Sandra likes to say that she really knows a lot about you, and she does actually. But I don't know what happened today. She was a bit nervous. I don't know. But well done to you both. And for those at home, let's now watch a short video of what they think is the most annoying things about each other. Stay with us.
When I'm driving and she wants to tell me how to drive. Oh, that makes me crazy. I believe this is is the strongest one.
Actually, my husband is not very annoying. So there's just one thing that really annoys me about Flavio. When I'm talking to him about a subject, and then he comes up with another subject and he cuts me off, you know?
I think when I arrive home, sometimes she arrives home and she take off her jacket and she leaves there on the sofa, and she start leaving things everywhere there on the sofa, and I think that makes me really annoyed.
Maybe when he's driving and there's a lot of traffic and we are stuck in traffic, he gets really impatient. And it annoys me when he starts complaining about traffic all the time because it doesn't solve the problem. It doesn't help in any way. So yes, I think it annoys me, but I think it's more when he changes the subject. Yeah, that really annoys me.
When I speak English and sometimes I get it wrong, and because she's a translator, she end up correcting me all the time, and that really, really annoys me.
Welcome back. I'm here with Flavio and Sandra. How are you guys?
Fine, very well.
I'm okay.
It's great to have you guys here.
Thank you.
We've tried to have you on the show for a long time, but you're here.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming.
Was it 3-2 in the scores?
Yes.
Who won?
I'm the winner.
Excuse me? I am the winner.
Yes, he's the winner.
All right. So you guys have been married for how long exactly?
14 years.
So more or less like us.
Yes.
14 years. Now, today's topic is all about how you keep the flame of the relationship alive, how you keep the passion alive. So, in these 14 years, what have you guys done that has worked to keep the relationship strong?
Yeah, you want to say first?
I think we do things together. We have the same goals, and we try and do things together as much as we can, and we talk a lot, we spend time together. I think this is important, right?
Yes, sure. Yes, throughout those 14 years, of course, along the way we learned a lot of things. But yes, we try to keep simple. We like, almost the same things. We are very reserved couples, and we
Yeah,
keep it simple.
There's something I noticed about you, because we know you for a long time.
Many years.
Yeah, many years. And something I noticed that they do, that maybe is one of the reasons why they're so close, is that the smallest things, you are always together.
Yes.
You go and have coffee together.
And yes, we do.
It's not like, okay, let's have a coffee and then just you go and I go that way, you go that way. You actually like to sit down and chat and catch up.
Yes, we have dinner together, we have lunch together, we have, those...
These are small things that really matter, because couples don't do that nowadays.
Helena, it's true.
So maybe when my husband asked you, oh, what are the things you do to keep the flame? Maybe you were looking for something, wow, something big. But this, from what I see in you, this is very important.
Yes.
This is something I see in you.
Now, what I wanted to find out from you guys was there a time, for example, because when you get married in the beginning, everything is new, you have this thing that you're finally together. Was there a time that the flame went down a little bit and then you found a way to bring it back up again? Was there ever a time like that, or has the flame been increasingly stronger?
I can't remember of a time when the flame was going down.
No.
Can you?
No.
Because we've always talked a lot, and whenever we had any problems or any difficulties, we would always talk and not let it linger. We'd just solve it as quickly as possible.
So, you guys are one of the few couples we've had on the show that communicate quite a lot and quite well, actually, because I think that's one of your another thing that has been helping you, probably.
Yes, one of our strengths, right?
Yes, true. We like to talk to each other, doing things together. And
we help each other a lot as well. Right, he always helps me when I'm running out of time, and he comes and helps me out, and we make up for each other's
there's something else. Yeah, I know what you mean. And there's something else. Well, it's like I'm the one being interviewed here, but I can't help it. We are very good friends, and there's something else that I notice in you, that you do with your husband a lot. That's something that I have observed. Maybe I've never said this to you, but I think it's one of the reasons why you are so close as well, is that you compliment him. You always say, oh, you've done this so well.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you encourage him a lot.
This is very important, Helena. This is very important because it motivates us to do better,
And as a man, how does that feel when you get so many compliments?
I
always wanted to ask you this.
Men, when they get a compliment, they say, "Oh, come on, stop it."
But you like it.
But the truth is that we like it, right?
No, it's very good, especially when it comes from my wife. It's very nice. I also, say things to her,
Yes, you do.
Even the way they look at each other is very romantic.
Important.
Have you noticed?
And something I was thinking as you guys were describing how you keep the flame alive, is that what works for some couples may not work for others. For example, this thing of talking and so on. Elena and I, we talk as well, but like, for example, I know that you like to go to a coffee shop and sit down and have a coffee for like 2 hours, the same coffee for 2 hours, like it never gets cold, and then you talk for 2 hours. And Elena and I, this would never work, because while Elena is finishing her coffee, I'm already standing up and looking at the watch. Come on, let's go. We can talk while we walk. So it depends.
Yeah,
because
I absolutely hate it, but you know, I have come to understand that's his idea of romanticism. Okay, let's have a coffee and go.
The point is that, for example, what may work for one couple may not necessarily work for others, right? When you said that you're quite private, you talk a lot, and so on. And some couples have a different way of spending their time, but you found that this worked for you. Were there ever things that you came to a point you realized that it didn't work for you? Were there things that didn't work in your relationship that you had to change?
I think it worked from the beginning.
There had to be something that didn't work. What didn't work in the beginning that you guys had to adjust? Because if everything was great from the beginning, we cancel the show right now. You guys have to go home.
Because you guys are too good for it. Even us. Let's switch.
Okay.
Do you remember?
I can't remember of anything.
I would say about sometimes she would get busy with her work.
Oh yeah, it's
and
true.
then that would cause a little bit of
disagreement.
Is that because you felt you didn't have enough time?
Yes.
For both of you?
You know, she was busy all the time, and then we couldn't take our coffee. As we
for 2 hours.
You missed your coffee together.
We missed, yes.
But the good thing is that he told me that he was upset about that. So, you know, we had a serious chat, and
But this is good.
we worked it out. Yes.
This is something simple, but many couples, they find it very hard. To say, listen, this is bothering me, or I don't like this that you're doing or not doing.
The interesting thing, Elena, is that people think that to keep the flame alive, they need to do crazy things, right? They need to do, let's travel to Rome, let's travel to Paris. And the interesting thing is that what you're saying is very similar to us, because even though we are very different from you guys, what keeps the flame alive for us is also the little things. Like, we have our movie night where, don't do this at home, please, but we sit with the whole tub of ice cream and we go through it in one sitting. Do not do that at home.
Well, you eat more than I do. Yes, it's not
50-50. So, but it's these little things that we cherish, and you feel like you're getting closer to each other.
Exactly, but you see, the problem nowadays, like you said, people, it's like this. I'm bored with the basics. People think, talking, They know they are lacking in communication. They know that they are not being sincere with their partner. There's something bothering them or whatever. But I don't know, I think I need to change my hair color. I think I need to, we need to have a break. Or I think I need to whatever, or move city. And it's not that. They are despising the basic things that they should be doing.
That's right. In fact, Elena and I went to record this very interesting video in a park where we were talking about what worked for us. Have a look at this video insert. We'll come back from the break in just a moment.
One of the first things I love about my husband is that he's very, very loving and caring. First time we met, that was the first thing I noticed about him. Such a gentleman and such a sense of humor. So all these things combined makes him so loving and so caring. So he would be checking on me, finding out if I need anything. So this is his way of loving, and I just love that about him. He is the most disciplined person I know. If he sets his mind on something, that's what he's going to do. And that brings a lot of balance to my life because I'm not like that. He loves to create things, or for example, things that we could do together. He makes the most of little time that we have to make something really special for us, and I love his creativity. He may come across very serious sometimes when he's around other people, but he's very loving, as I said, and he's very, very encouraging. So he notices when I'm not so confident about something, and he will always push me. He will always encourage me. And I just love that about him.
After being married to Elena for 14 years, there's a lot of things that I appreciate. I think first one, and the most important one, is the fact that I know and I can see that she genuinely cares about me. And that means, you know, if I'm not well, if I'm worried about something, if there's something on my mind, she'll do everything to help me. She'll do everything to put me at ease, sometimes giving me my space if there's something bothering me. That's very important. I really appreciate that. Also, the fact that she always motivates me. She always tells me that I can do things. If I'm, you know, I don't usually doubt a lot, but if I have any concerns, she tells me, look, you can do this. You know, you're more than able to do this. It's going to be okay. So that's something that's very important as well. And the fact that the love that she has for me is unconditional. So whether my body changes, my moods change, she, no matter what, that doesn't throw her off. And there's many things, you know, all the qualities she has, things that make her special, but these three things are very, very important to me. Now, we wanted to find out from Flavio and Sandra some juicy details of their relationship. What happened? What really happened? Until now, we don't really know. So, guys, I mean, your relationship sounds too perfect to be true. There had to be some kind of turmoil at some point. Tell us about the broom episode you were telling us now during the break. What happened?
Yes, it happened in the first year of our marriage. And like I said, I was always very busy with work. And he worked as well. And our day off was on a Saturday. And like I said, he's very organized and he likes everything clean and tidy. And I remember that it was the only day I could wake up a little bit later, but he woke up very early and he woke me up and asked me to help him clean the house and organize everything because during the week we didn't have the time to clean. So I said to him, I want to sleep a little bit later, you know, a little bit longer. And he said, no, help me clean the bathroom, I'll clean the bedroom. And I went to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom and I was really upset. And as I was cleaning, he was, you know, talking from the bedroom, telling me what to do and to be quick. And then I took the broom and I threw the broom in the living room. It hit the wall. And when it hit the wall, there was a mark on the wall. I heard him coming. So I was so desperate, oh my God. I just coiled up and I said, please don't hit me, please don't hit me. And then when he came, he grabbed my arm and said, no, please. I was screaming and he said, Sandra, what are you talking about? I would never hit you. And he would never.
What was happening in your mind?
I don't know.
Such a drama queen. She is a drama queen, I know her. Yeah, she is.
I today I understand it was a little bit of my fault also because you know, I could understand she was tired, and I went to organize everything.
Yeah, because Matthew's like this, or not, Flavio's like this. He if he has a desk, he spends the whole day doing like this with his books, like this.
But this is not OCD,
and then his pen has to be like this, and then he spends like 10 minutes doing like this to the books to make sure it's like. So sometimes it's a bit too much, right?
Yes, sometimes it's a bit too much. And sometimes it upsets me because when he gets to my desk, he tries to organize my papers and he puts everything in the drawer. And when I come to work, I can't find my stuff, but I got over it.
No way. I'm so glad my husband doesn't do that with me.
He likes to organize my desk as well.
Yeah. All right. So it was, I mean, you guys went through the usual phase of adapting that everybody goes through, which is normal. And if you were to say, like, what is the one most important thing to keep the flame alive after the 14 years? What is the one most important advice you would give to couples? Although I'm sure there are couples who have been married for longer than you, but what is the one most important thing that you do that works for you guys to keep things alive?
Well, I would say
I would say respect, transparency. We help each other.
yeah, and one thing which, for me personally, I see as very important for a marriage is communication. We talk a lot, as I said. Just for you to have an idea, we used to, for example, go and read together. When we were about to go to sleep, we were reading a book, talking about, and that was very good because we were building.
And we're never bored of each other.
No.
No.
Definitely.
Yeah, this thing of reading books together wouldn't work for us, right, Len?
No. First of all, I hate reading.
You would fall
And
asleep.
second of all, I just pick up a book when when you are too agitated and you need to sleep. So I'm like, okay, I need to sleep now. I don't take pills.
And you get a book.
My pill is called a book. So I get a book, okay, I get busy and that's it, I'm gone.
You start seeing the letters like merging together, and then that's time to go
And
to
that's
sleep.
it, that's my pill.
Yeah, but for me, communication it's very important. I know what she's thinking about, and I say this because I remember my grandfather. He was married for 65 years, and I remember when I was growing up, I would see him and my grandmother always talking to each other, It was very fun.
So they
It's
were
been
like
working.
a positive reference for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Can I just say another thing that I see that you guys do a lot and might help people at home? It's something that I noticed. You always, because you say you are very much alike, but you are a bit different too. I think you've become alike after you got married. After years went by, you became very alike. But for example, in the beginning when we met and everything, we used to talk about marriage and then how can we be better wives? We used to chat. And something that I noticed that you did was to take interest in what he likes.
Oh, it's true, yes.
And being very patient, understanding. And I think this is very important for
For
marriage
example, he
to
likes
work.
reading a lot. So every time he's reading a book, I always ask him, what are you reading? What is it? What is this book about? And then he starts telling me, and I like to see him telling me, because he's so passionate about everything he does, and it's nice when you are part of it. You take an interest in.
And how does it feel? Let's hear it from you.
Well,
as well.
it's great because I see this as she's really interested in what I'm doing. She's part of what I'm doing. Because in the beginning, I can even say this, in the beginning we also, because we are getting to know each other, and sometimes she would be doing her stuff and I would be doing something else, I would feel like she's not
part of your life,
of my life or what I'm doing. For example, she also likes a lot of crochet, isn't it?
Oh
Crochet.
yes, crochet, knitting.
Which she is the one who did it.
She did your jumper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's the one who
By
did
the
it.
way, half of your wardrobe, your wife did.
No, Sandra has a funny thing about her. She learns anything, everything. She sees something, I can do this. I can so paint this.
I teach myself things.
Yeah.
Now she's a very, very intelligent person.
Thank you.
For sure, definitely.
See, so this
And she
keeps
helped
the
me a
flame
lot.
alive.
Yeah.
You see? So this works for you. Like,
Yeah.
you're so intelligent.
I remember we were talking a couple of weeks ago, and you were telling me that you asked Flavio a question like, "Oh, Flavio, how do you see yourself as a man?" Right? And you thought he was going to give you a quick answer, but he gave you a very profound answer. Right? Very
Yes, he
deep.
did.
And it's interesting because I was telling Elena, if Elena would ask me, James, how do you see yourself? I see myself fine. When I look in the mirror, I see myself fine.
His answer is not quite like this. I'm so handsome. I'm so good. Yeah.
Come on, Elena, please remove that from your comments because viewers are going to think that's true. It's not true.
I'm just teasing you.
She is joking. I do not say that. So, guys, it's been a pleasure to have you here and to see how you've kept your marriage strong throughout these first 14 years, going on to 15.
Yes.
And come back maybe in another 14 years and tell us how you guys are getting on. I'm sure it'll be even stronger.
Yeah, and let's
Yeah,
prove
sure.
our viewers that being married is nothing but exciting. It's exciting. It never gets boring.
Absolutely.
You know, there's this wrong idea out there.
Thank you very much. Now, we've more or less run out of time. I just wanted to end the program by talking about something quite interesting and quite current. A lot of couples think that we've touched on this, that to make a marriage become more interesting, to keep the flame alive, you need to do all these crazy different things. And everybody knows that 50 Shades of Grey, this movie that is making a lot of money, just came out. And a lot of people go and watch this movie with a mind of bringing to their marriage, to their relationship, what they saw there, this different kind of crazy ways to be in a relationship, thinking that this will spice things up. And the truth is that you don't need that. Actually, I even advise you to use the 2 hours of that movie that you would spend watching that movie, do something better with your time, do something more profitable with that time. There have been reports of some crazy things that have been happening in the movie theaters while people are watching the movie. Critics have panned the movie for a good reason. So if you want to make things better, take those 2 hours, do something with your partner that's going to make your relationship stronger, better. Whether it works for you to sit in a coffee shop for half a day drinking one coffee, right? Like it works for Flavio and Sandra, great. If it's something else that works for you guys, then do that. But just make your relationship better, keeping the flame alive without doing something like that, watching a movie like that. I mean, if you want, you're free, but it's not something we would advise couples to do. It's been a pleasure to be here with you. Have a look at what the people in the streets of London say about what's amore. Bye-bye.
I think love is adventure, and maybe do all the things together.
It can be anything, and that's all I have to say. I think love is self-respect. We love love. We're in love with each other, all of us, to be honest.
I think love is a lot of stuff, but basically it's like mutual support and, like one helping each other, I guess, like devotion.
I think love is happiness.